Fire One TV. Graced differently. Anointed differently.
On the 13th of May 2023, these prophetic words were released by the servant of God, Elijah Kofi King, concerning rainstorms in the United Kingdom and was to come in the year 2024. And on the 28th of December 2023, he continued to prophesy concerning floods in Europe. And just as he prophesied, we are witnessing this happenings in Europe. These were his exact words.
The Spirit of God said there's going to be a violent rainstorm in the UK. A violent rainstorm and a violent wind that would destroy a lot of things. And it will even affect the rail system and the transportation system. It will disrupt the rail system and the transportation system in the United Kingdom.
In the year 2024, there's going to be lots of flood in Europe.
Hello, fire service!
Locals here are no stranger to floods. But the residents of Abbey Terrace in Tewkesbury say this is the worst they've seen it in years. The Veal family have been forced to leave, taking whatever they can by kayak.
We're going to evacuate. The ground floor is no longer tenable. The sewage system doesn't work. It won't be long before the water's polluted as well. The power will go out. Well, the floors will have to come out. The plaster, up to about a metre, will come off the walls. Damaged furniture, the fridge, the freezer in the back, the cooker, the washing machine, the tumble dryer, all the white goods in the kitchen gone.
We've been watching river levels. We live with the river levels. We live here. We can, you can normally keep it at bay with floodgates and things like that. About 9:30 this morning, we realised it was going to rise a lot quicker and faster and deeper than predicted, what we thought.
So fast, in fact, the pumps just couldn't keep up.
This is the worst flooding they've seen in this part of Tewkesbury in more than 16 years, and that means that for some vulnerable residents, it's time to evacuate.
In some ways it's worse than 2007, because 2007 was in the middle of summer. There was not this cold, and that's really going to be a problem for a lot of old people. Yeah.
Flood warnings remain in place right across the River Severn, but it's not just Gloucestershire. Across the southern half of the UK, heavy rain on already saturated ground is making conditions dangerous. This was the situation in Wargrave in Berkshire. Homes and a sewage works flooded. In Nottinghamshire, the council has declared a major incident due to rising river levels on the Trent.
It is extremely serious. County Council is working with district councils, with the Environment Agency, with other agencies to work hard to make sure that people are protected and as safe as possible.
Back in Tewkesbury, most residents in Abbey Terrace are getting out.
So we're going to go and spend a couple of nights in a hotel. Got 3 beautiful cats up there, so we've locked them in the top 3 floors. And there's some food and the litter trays and some beds. They're okay, and hopefully it won't get higher than it is.
The Met Office warning for heavy rain runs into Friday.
In the year 2024, there's going to be lots of flood in Europe.
And here in Germany, after weeks of heavy rain, many communities are struggling with rising floodwaters and burst riverbanks. The state of Lower Saxony has been hit hardest, with more heavy rain forecast for the coming days. Dikes and protective barriers are being built to hold back the floodwaters, but sandbag supplies have nearly run out. A reporter visited the city of Oldenburg, where residents are bracing for evacuation.
In Western Europe, heavy rain has led to extensive flooding, displacing residents in parts of France and Germany. Emergency rescuers have been evacuating residents of several towns in northern France, including Pas-de-Calais and Arques. Both of those towns have been dealing with episodes of flooding since November, which residents say is not usual. In Germany, some residents of Oldenburg in the northwest were also told to evacuate as floodwaters washed over roads and farmland. Parts of England and Wales have also been issued flood warnings.
Du coup, on est une deuxième fois victime des inondations suite aux crues. Donc là, on vient tout juste de se faire évacuer par les pompiers. et on s'en va être logé puisque notre logement est déjà 50 cm sous l'eau et n'est plus habitable pour le moment. Enfin, la première fois, on se dit que c'est un coup du sort, mais là, une deuxième fois dans la foulée, ça commence à faire mal à un peu tout, quoi, que ce soit au moral ou au portefeuille. On va se demander comment on va s'en sortir.
Donc, on a été engagé depuis ce matin 7h30. Donc pour le moment, les évacuations et les mises en sécurité des personnes sont en cours sur la commune d'Arques et elles ont débuté depuis 8h ce matin.
Und das kann man schon hier an der Fleet sehen. Die ist ja wieder gewaltig gestiegen und auch die Hunde ist, glaube ich, wieder 1 Meter höher gestiegen als gestern. Gestern war das bedeutend entspannter und jetzt müssen wir mal gucken, wo das hingeht. Es soll ja heute noch ein bisschen regnen und morgen und dann soll es ja erstmal kalt werden. Ne? Wir haben auch schon von der Stadt Oldenburg eine Evakuierungszettel bekommen.
He stated specifically that there is going to be floods in London, and these were his words.
I saw serious floods in the city of London.
The Spirit of God said there's going to be a violent rainstorm in the UK. A violent rainstorm and a violent wind that would destroy a lot of things.
He also went into details to prophesy that it will affect the railways and transportation system. These were his exact words.
And it will even affect the rail system and the transportation system. It will distract the rail system and the transportation system in the United Kingdom.
Hundreds of train passengers in London and Paris are stranded following multiple closures by international rail operator Eurostar. Flooding in a railway tunnel near London has forced the cancellation of more than a dozen trains on Saturday, according to Eurostar officials. Video filmed by the Southeastern Railway Company shows floodwater pouring into the Thames tunnel overnight Friday, causing severe problems. The cancellations are the second major blow to Eurostar this month, as back on December 21st, service was thwarted due to a surprise strike by French staff members. It's not clear when rail traffic will be able to resume.
Very, very busy. Not a lot of information being given out and a lot of people who don't really seem to know what to do with themselves. A lot of people just sitting down and waiting. Seems like they're in for the long haul. We'll have to wait and see who goes and who doesn't.
So we've been here in London for 5 days, and then we're supposed to be 4 days in Paris, and so we're having to try to figure out how to get over there.
It's now still on delay, so we hope we're gonna go home.
Yes.
Indeed, God is still speaking to this generation through his servant, Apostle Dr. Elijah Kofi King. In the description is the link to the main video of when the prophecy was released. Subscribe to this channel to remain informed through his manservant, the Global Prophet.
Apostle Dr. Elijah Kofi King is worth hearing. Fire One TV. Graced differently. Anointed differently.